what the traffic is going to be looking like for the coming year. And we have an update for you on that.
Well, Jumeirah Road sees 20% reduction in travel time. Travel time on Jumeirah Road has been reduced by an impressive of 20% thanks to recent traffic enhancements by the Roads and Transport Authority, RTA.
So shout out RTA, they have completed upgrades at 4 key locations within Al Safa 1, specifically designed to boost traffic flow near the school complex. These enhancements include widening entry and exit points, installing new traffic lights and parking slots, and adding pedestrian crossings.
These improvements are strategically located near Al Safa School, Al Ittihad School, Jumeirah College, and along as well Al Wasl Road, ensuring safer and more efficient levels for students and their families. Well, I mean, honestly, now that we are older and wiser, since it was your birthday, it was Casey's birthday yesterday that I missed, by the way. I feel so bad. I felt like so left out. I felt like I had great FOMO. I was like, skip. I don't want to see any stories. Skip.
There's mango cake in the fridge.
Oh, really?
It's not gluten-free, though.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll talk about that later. But speaking of that, of course, with the traffic time, like we really needed all of that, and the RTA are actually implementing all of that, and they are aware of the fact that, you know, like when schools are back, it gets more traffic and it gets even more, I'd say, horrible on the road.
It's busier, yeah.
Do you know the amount of times that I would be like driving and I would be stuck in traffic because like there's like a bus stop that's or a school bus that's like in front, and like, I don't know, letting kids out or maybe picking up the kids. How annoying it would be. It would be actually really annoying. And
but like, I get the annoyance. It's frustrating. The roads are busier, but frustrating for us being in school traffic. More frustrating when your kids are in school and you have to follow those times to go to and from work. I think if, as employees, we can ask for flexibility from our office. Hey, can we come a little earlier? Maybe can we start a little later? But if you actually have to drop your kids at school, have you ever tried? Like, because when I was teaching, the going in at 7:30 and coming out at 3:30, those blockages are actually what causing the traffic. So if you have to be within those every day, that's more frustrating. So at least generally, if you're not working to the school system's time, you can maybe try and avoid the traffic times, come earlier, go later. The difference in, for example, my fiance, when he drives home yesterday, he drove home through traffic time, took him an hour, but he generally leaves a lot later. It takes him 30 minutes. So it's like, if you can leave earlier, start later, whatever, it would be better.
I mean, I do agree with you.
And then it would also help the schools kids. They'd have less time in those buses.
I do agree with you, but as well, you know, it might be very frustrating more for not only the parents, but people who are not parents, as you said, like with your fiance driving. It's very frustrating because it makes you think in a way like, oh my God, like, why do I have to deal with this traffic that is all happening due to the school?
But rather than blaming schools, we could just say, hey, what could we as individuals do to fix it? So leave earlier, start later.
But what if your company is not very...
They may not, but it's an option.
It is an option.
Would your quick poll out to people watching, would your employees allow that flexibility? Actually, I remember the RTA did a polar survey last year, checking the feasibility of this, whether companies would be more open to it. And maybe if we begin the conversation as to how many people watching today are allowed or not allowed to have that as a flexibility, it could start the conversation. Because I think if it's not an option within companies, then people don't ask for it. But if a company said, hey, we're going to allow it, why not start at 8, finish at 5? Why not start at 10, finish at 7?
But I think they would only allow that for parents with kids.
Maybe.
You know?
I don't know. No, because the parents with the kids have to be at school at certain hours.
Yeah.
It's for everyone else. We don't have those restrictions on our time. We could start at any time if we don't have kids because we have more flexibility.
I mean, if there is more flexibility, of course, that would be more efficient for all of the employees at the company. However, if all of the companies all of the employees at a certain company will all be coming together at one time, and everyone's going to think like, you know what, fine, I'll be coming in at this time and leaving at this time because it's more efficient for me. I'll be home earlier, then there would be like more traffic there. So I think, you know what, maybe the best thing that they have done, RTA, is maybe reduce traffic time by 20%. And maybe as well, at some point I used to think, you know, maybe there should be like a lane specific for school buses, because like school buses genuinely, you know, they
I think they have started that. In some places, it was a new announcement a couple of months ago in some places, but there could be more, that's true.
There could be more, you know what I mean? Like, because like, it's very kind of like distracting back in my old house when I would leave to get to work and it would be school timings.
Right.
I would be literally sitting and waiting behind a school bus.
Farah does not like school buses.
Yeah, I just don't. I have issues with them.
Point noted.